Hello, I'm here to complain again. Not complain, but I'm going to talk about some games that I've been playing and just kind of do a little mini review on some other stuff. Not really. I'm just going to talk because I like to talk. I don't know if you knew this, but watch my other videos. You'll see. I don't shut the hell up. Okay, well, I guess let's just get into it. Number one is I did get the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 version. Unfortunately, I have already finished Xenoblade Chronicles and my backlog is insane, so I wasn't about to replay it, but I never played the epilogue Future Connected. So that's perfect. I've been playing that for the Nintendo Switch 2 version, and listen, I'm not one. I'll be the first to tell you, I really don't care how a game looks. Like, at all. People are like, oh, 120 hertz, 60 frames per second, 4K, and all that stuff. I really don't care. Xenoblade Chronicles really needed it, especially Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That game I've put on hold until the Nintendo Switch 2 version comes out, I think July 30th. Because, wow, wow, it looks so nice. It feels like a modern game. This game came out in 2010. Now, I know it's a definitive version. It looks better than the original one. I get it. But damn, they did a good job with this. I mean, I do plan on replaying the whole game anyway at some point, but you know, I've looked into it. Future Connected, which is that epilogue that I mentioned, that one's like a good 10, 15 hours long. So, I mean, still going to get my money's worth, technically. $10, whatever. It is what it is. Next on the agenda is I started playing Astria Ascending. I don't know if I'm saying that first word correctly, but I've only played it for about an hour to 2 hours, give or take, and I already have some thoughts on it. So, should I start with the good or the bad? let's start with let's let's start with the bad. No, right? I like to start with the bad. No, but I don't want to I don't want to be like a bitch and then like be like but it's like, try to like because then it's going to seem like I'm trying to like make it seem better, I guess. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to. Anyway, let's start with the good. How about that? So the good. Gorgeous art, very vanillaware coated. Love it so much. I was never a fan of Vanillaware until I finally played 13 Sentinels a few months ago, and I loved that game so much. I loved it, and now I just love Vanillaware in general. I think I got used to the art style, and it's perfect, amazing for what it's trying to do. And Astria Ascending does the same thing. It's very Vanillaware coded. This is from an indie developer, so obviously it's not as like crisp and there's like some awkward moments and stuff. Some of the voice acting is also a little awkward, but it's charming. It's not bad. It's not distracting. It's not Megan Fox in Mortal Kombat 1. Did you see that? Oh my god. I saw Dashi playing it and please stop. And I'm like, oh, that is I like Megan Fox. I like some of the Megan Fox movies. What the fuck does she know about voice acting? No, I'm just kidding. Nothing but the best for Megan Fox. I wish her nothing but the best, but that was terrible. In this one, you can tell that they actually got like actual voice actors. I think I'm not hating on Megan Fox. I'm just kind of saying stuff. How do I get out of this hole that I've dug myself in? Um, oh, and this is the good stuff that I'm saying, by the way. I'm still going to talk shit about the game. I'm not going to talk shit about the game. I'm going to critique it. How about that? Um, this feels very much like a love letter to JRPGs. Very like typical turn-based. I love it, honestly. I think I'm going to stick with it. You can tell a lot of love was put into this project, and you can tell the developers, they are not following a trend. They're not following anything. They're just doing a very turn-based game, very JRPG game, and I respect that. I love it. I love the genre. So right now, JRPG fans are eating good. I'm gaining weight again. It's crazy. The amount of games. Oh, that reminds me. Just a quick little side note. My previous video, I talked about how excited I am for Trails, Kyoto Xanadu, Persona 4 Revival, Persona 6. Literally so many, like the Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Genesis. Oh my god, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Like all of these things I'm super excited about, and I never mentioned Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts was my personality in elementary and middle school. So I owe them a lot for my some of my cringier times. But I cannot wait for Kingdom Hearts 4. Um but yeah, that's that little tidbit. Um what else? I was talking about Astria Ascending. It's a good game. Like I said, I'm going to stick with it. You can tell there's been a lot of love to it. There's a lot of voice acting, which is shocking because not even AAA, like the big studios, not even they do voice acting for everything. So good job. By the way, the Xenoblade Chronicles stuff, the heart to hearts have voice acting now. That's crazy. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how they did that. I don't know if they got the actors to come back. I don't know if they sound older or stuff, but I was reading that in some of the notes and I was like, that's cool because the heart to hearts were honestly some of my favorite parts of the game, weirdly enough. But Astria Ascending, good game. I recommend it and it's pretty inexpensive. And you're supporting an indie developer. So now for the critique because yes, it is coming, it's not a perfect 10 out of 10 game. My biggest gripes, I guess, so number one, it's more of a personal thing. The old man, I forgot his name, but the old man, his job career title is thief. He's not particularly strong, he's not particularly good with magic, doesn't have any magic powers. His thing is thievery. And not only is he a massive shit talker to the poor fish boy, but he's also incredibly useless. Like, homie, your whole thing is you're a thief and you're telling me that you can't steal anything? There's a little bit of a side quest that I'm doing right now where you have to steal back some gardening tools. Again, I've only played this for a little bit. You have to steal back some gardening tools from these fucking things, like this monkey thing. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been fighting this fucking. I've had to refill his magic so many times because his steal ability uses up his magic points. They use his MP, and he's run out multiple times because he keeps missing. Like, I'm like, bro, you're such a big shit talker, and like, you can't even do the one thing that you're supposed to be good at. Really? Like, get the hell out of here. It's funny though, whenever he does miss, he just yells, "What?" And I'm just sitting there angrily gripping my controller, trying not to yell at him. So that's my, but that's again, that's more of a personal thing. Like I said, I just don't like that he's a shit talker and he can't even do the one thing that he's meant to do. And the fish boy is actually really powerful. Number two, these guys, they are supposed to be like the legendary heroes. They use a specific word. I keep forgetting what they use, but they're supposed to be. So basically, every few years or something, I didn't really understand the story, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna have to look into that. But from what I understood in my brain and my thought in my head, is that it's kind of like the Avatar where there's like a new cycle, but it's like a group of 8 people and they basically become like super powered, but their powers only last for like 3 years. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't played it yet, no spoilers, but I have not played Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Isn't that kind of what they're doing over there? I don't know. All I know is that I'm excited to play Xenoblade 3 because that does not have a blade system that I've complained about nonstop, and it has Lance in it, which I'm very excited to see for my own personal reasons. Mind your business. Anyway, We were talking about the old man, and then we were not talking about him. We had moved on. So what were we talking about? You need to stay on track. What were we talking about? Oh, right. No, it's gone. It's gone again. Hmm. Hang on, it'll come back to me. And if you're like, why don't you just edit this out? Did you not see my last video? I told you I can't open up the editor without my computer crashing. Like I can, but it's a pain in the ass because I've lost so many videos. I'm not doing that. So I'm just kind of wasting time as my brain is processing and trying to remember what the fuck I was talking about. Right, the story. So they're basically the avatars. There's like 8 of them all at once, and they're like a group, and they're like the saviors of the world. They live for 3 years once they get their powers, and then they die 3 months before they um and it just seems very like the relationship, like the inner relationships feels like you guys just met, and it feels like you guys have just been sitting on your ass for 3 years, like because I was literally fighting some slime monsters or whatever. No, there was like rats and like little things. But they were like, what? And I was like, are you shocked by a level 1 enemy? You know? So in game, the lore is just kind of like a little all over the place. I'm assuming because it's the beginning of the video game, but it might not get better. But that's fine. Like I said, it has a lot of love to it. So that's my first real critique, is just that the world building feels a little. It would have made sense personally if this was like at the beginning of the 3 years, and then maybe do a few time skips personally. I think that would have worked a little better. But what do I know? I'm just some fucking guy, right? So that's the one of the things. Well, that's the second thing. The third thing is you're introducing 8 characters all at once. That's very overwhelming, especially because if you're playing a turn-based JRPG, then more than likely you like to look at the stats and you like to look at all this other information. So it's just information overload. You want to start with one character so that the player gets used to the mechanics and all this other stuff, and then introduce more characters. You can introduce another character and you can be like, whoa, this guy's much stronger than my guy. He's the attacker. Whoa, this person has a much higher defense. He's going to be the tank. So I feel like they could have gone that route again. Could have gone from the beginning, from when they first got their powers or whatever. But also their skill tree is empty. You would think after 3 years it'd be full, but whatever. Again, what do I know? But anyway, um, that's my biggest thing, because like, never mind. I already kind of talked about that enough. So those are my big 3 critiques. One of them is personal, and the other 2 are minor at best. Like I can get used to watching 8 people. I have gone character by character, and I'm like, okay, this one, but it's annoying, and so um yeah, those are probably my 2 biggest critiques. Also, the writing is a little bit like college level writing. But see, that comes out like an insult. I'm not insulting it. It's just I say shit and it always sounds really mean, but then like I think about it and I'm like, I didn't mean it that way. Like it's charming. I'm just going to shut up. How about that? It's a good game. I'm going to completely play it. Um I'm not gonna live stream it though. I have a lot of games that I'm not live streaming, like East 9 Monstrum Nox. I'm having so much fun with that game. Considering East 8 broke my fucking heart. Literally, when like 2 days ago, I beat that game like a week and a half ago, give or take. Lacrimosa of Donna. Still cried like 3 days ago. I heard that little music, dun 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 dun. I started tearing up. I'm a huge cryberry. Anyway, I keep getting off topic. What was next on the list? Oh my god, Octopath Traveler frustrations. What did I want to talk about Octopath Traveler? So I started. playing Octopath Traveler again. I first played it 2 years ago. Oh, it's been about a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe. I don't know. But I started playing it, and my goodness, I'm at a part where I personally don't skip fights. I fight every monster along the way, you know? And so, sorry, I'm at the part where I have all eight of those, and this is me pretty much just begging for advice. I have all eight of the characters, and they are not getting any experience from the areas that I've already explored. Does that make sense? So I've already explored the areas. I've gone into caves. I've ran out of caves when I got one-shotted multiple times. So I was like, hell no. So right now I'm in a weird position where my characters are too strong for the current areas and they're not getting any experience points from it, but too weak for the next areas and they're getting one-shotted. And I'm doing something wrong. I cannot believe this. I love Square Enix, but I always seem to have issues with their games for some reason. The only series that I never have an issue with is Dragon Quest. That is such a beautifully balanced game, I think. But I'm excited for 12. That's another game I'm excited for. But yeah, if anybody has like any tips, I've tried looking for. If you're like, look for the damn cat. I've looked for the damn cat. I fought the damn cat. The damn cat ran away. I've danced. I've had this Primrose dancing for me, shaking her little ass and stuff. Nothing. I don't get any experience. It literally says no effects. I'm like, so I'm just wasting magic points because she can't dance without using a little magic. So it's kind of fucking annoying if I'm being honest, but I'm gonna try and finish it because I really want to play Octopath Traveler 2, which I've heard is a lot more balanced, and I really want to play Octopath Traveler 0, which I've heard is like the best out of all three. A lot of people say Octopath 2 is the best, but I don't care. Well, I mean, I do care, but we'll see. I'll be the judge of that, I think. And then I think that's it. Is it going to be a short video? Oh, short. It's 17 minutes. And I have not shut up at all, by the way. Um so what else am I playing? Oh my god. What else am I playing? So let me just give you an idea of the amount of games I'm currently juggling. And I think I've mentioned this in like a live stream, but I'm currently playing Persona 3 Reload, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's going to be on the back burner until July 30th when the Nintendo Switch 2 version comes out. Because again, I'm not big on like graphics and stuff, but this game in particular, like Xenoblade 1 looked fine, no big deal. Right now it looks fantastic. I'm like, wow, is this why people are complaining? And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks like ass. It looks so bad. It looks terrible. It looks really bad. And so, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. Look it up. Everybody's complaining about it. Why are you coming after me? But I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm lending that to my nephew because I'm not about that right now. Danganronpa 2, I'm playing Danganronpa 2. 2x2 is coming out later this year. Is it 2x2 or 2x2? Doesn't matter. It's a remake. Not a remake. Reimagining. Point is, I'm excited for that one. I started Digimon Survive, which has been amazing. I might be a Digimon person. I think I mentioned this as well. Final Fantasy X. I started it, but then the menu gave me like four options which one I wanted to play. And so I was like, it's 1 a.m. I'm not about to do this. Grimoire Once More, Rune Factory 5, Persona 5 Strikers, Catherine Fullbody, SMT3 Nocturne, SMT 5 Vengeance, Raito Remastered. We're not talking about that. Unicorn Overlord, East 9 Monstrum Nox, Trails from Zero. Trails from Zero, Trails from Azure are getting Nintendo Switch 2 versions, which is crazy considering Falcom is allegedly going to be working on a remake as well. Like, they're going to be remaking the first 5 games in the Trail series, allegedly. I read online. that apparently the CEO was like, we don't know if we're going to remake Trails in the Sky Chapter 3 or if we're just going to jump ahead to Trails from Zero. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm excited. I just I'm in a weird spot with the Trails series right now. Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, really love that game. Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Symphonia, Diablo 2 that needs to be upgraded, I think, or updated. Chained Echoes, I've only played a little bit, but you can also tell that one has a lot of JRPG love in it. Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, I love that game, but I might be playing it a little too cautiously. All of my battles last so long, so I might be doing something wrong. The Diofield Chronicle, that's such a fun game. It's very real time tactical stuff, and I'm like, why isn't this implemented more? But apparently it's a very short game, which I'm not thrilled about. Near Automata, I need to continue playing that one. Paranormasight, there's a sequel coming out, I think, later this year or next year. Maybe it already came out. I don't fucking know. AI, the Somnium Files, the No Sleep for Konamidate game came out. I'm not a big fan of games that have multiple endings. So that one, when I found out that this one had multiple endings, I was like, whatever. Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree. Um, I played it a little bit, but it's pretty fun. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, that game stresses me out. Literally, I'm like so stressed out. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, love that. Monster Hunter Stories, RNG Simulator. Valkyria Chronicles, it's awkward. It's like awkward to play it. Like the characters will just randomly appear and they'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, okay, like sure. It's not even charming. It's just weird. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, The Witcher 3. I've played The Witcher 3, but only a little bit. Um, I kept fighting everybody, and they kept killing me. I'm playing it wrong, but I haven't played a game like that in so long that I'm like, you know. God Eater 3, which is just Monster Hunter, but anime. And I think this one's more story focused. Wild Hearts S. Um, I don't know. I might be dropping that one if I'm being honest. And then Astria Ascending. And then, of course, we're not even going to talk about the other ones, which is Animal Crossing, Pokemon Pokopia, Ball Pit, all these other games. Vampire Crawlers. Did y'all see the Vampire Survivor thing with Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't watch JJK, but it looks fun. I got Slay the Spire because it was on sale, like for $4 or something, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty much the same game as Vampire Crawlers, but I think Slay the Spire came out first, by like a long shot. And then Stardew Valley, I got the Nintendo Switch 2 version because it's free. That's it. But I have not played it. I was trying to romance. What was his name? Shane, but he was such a bum. Like he would bum me out, and he would kind of give off like loser vibes, and I'm like, well, I was like, well, let me. I decided to Google it. I was like, does he change? Does he like eventually open up? Like, is he like whatever? No, he doesn't. You don't get a happy ending with Shane, from what I've read online. So I'm bummed out, and I stopped playing that game because it's very like, it's also very overwhelming to me personally. And you're probably sitting there like, you thought Stardew Valley was overwhelming. Yes, I did, bitch, because it's like, oh, well, you can either go and mine, or you can spend your time farming, or you can spend your time with the villagers and romancing and doing that. Also, if you decide to do the whole villager thing, good luck fucking finding them. I'm not about to Google where's this character Tuesdays at 4 p.m. I'm not gonna do that. That's annoying, and I'm not gonna memorize it. I barely even memorize my own work schedule when I had a job. I'm so mad about that, but it's okay. It's my own doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I have a list of games that haven't even started. So I have Persona 4 Golden, which I do want to finish before Persona 4 Revival comes out for all the other platforms except for the Switch 2. And then Citizen Sleeper 2. Literally, they announced a Nintendo Switch 2 version for Citizen Sleeper 1 and 2. Everybody was being a hater in the comments. I don't know if maybe I was just there early or something, but everybody was just being mean and nasty to the game. And I'm like, this is a good game. I'm excited. I'm glad that I haven't started the second game. Y'all are just haters. They need to come out with a Nintendo Switch version 2 of Disco Elysium because that game crashed a lot. But I beat it and it was great, and I would 100% play it again. uh, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with the DLC, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, Octopath Traveler 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Valkyria Chronicles 4, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Diablo 3, Ace Attorney, the Apollo whatever Justice trilogy, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Skyrim. I've always wanted to play a Skyrim game. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I wanted to play that fucking game, but apparently it has spoilers for Persona 4, so I can't. And I've avoided Persona 4 spoilers like the plague because Persona 3 got spoiled for me, and I have not been able to enjoy that fucking game. So, and then Danganronpa V3 because it was on sale. All of these games are on sale. Every single game that I've ever bought. The only exceptions are probably going to be like Fire Emblem. That game's never on sale, bro. I've waited. I've had it on my wish list for years, and it's like it's never gone on sale. So I think I'm just gonna buy it because there's going to be a new one coming out in September, and these games are long enough as it is. Fire Emblem and Trails are coming out on the same day. Like who decided that? Who was like, I hate Christian, specifically me, because I'm the consumer. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. It's been 10 minutes since I said I was done, so have a good one. Bye.